Hello and welcome to this week's WEF Weekly. We're in for another big week of competition, as you'd expect now here at the Winter Equestrian Festival. When is it not? Last week was packed with everything from the Nations Cup through to a superb Nations Cup Grand Prix. We're back onto a five-star week again this week with the Wellington Equestrian Realty five-star as well. So there's lots to talk about, lots to analyse, lots to pull together, hopefully some picks for you during the week as well. And we will be taking it through with our expert panel once again. And I'm delighted to say joining me this week is our new range lineup, and alongside me is Natalie Dean, team rider from Team USA. Natalie, clearing for the Nations Cup. Very good performance.
Yeah, my horse was amazing. Akata. It was actually her first Nations Cup, so I was really happy with her, and I'm looking forward to the future with her this year.
Conor Swail joins us, hot foot from California, consistent world number 10, Grand Prix winner already this season. Conor, it's been a big, busy year so far.
Yeah, it has. I have been travelling back and forward between Wellington and Thermal, and it's been good so far now. I've enjoyed it.
You've enjoyed it. You've got a lot more to enjoy this week. We'll
I
talk
do.
about that in a few moments' time. And Ulrich Kirchhoff, 1996 Atlanta Olympic champion, gold medalist there, individual and team, and I think the only man alongside Joe Farges to achieve that in Olympic Games. Uli, lovely to see you here. What are you doing in Wellington?
The sun, the weather, the show, a lot of positive things here, and it's amazing to stay here. It's great and top sport. Last week I saw her in the Nations Cups, top rounds, good sport, incredible.
And for you, you're here with a purpose as well, aren't you? You've got your training hat on, quite literally.
Yes, okay, I'm training one very good young boy, it's Sam Walker, and he'll make a good experience here. He was the fifth in the team, you know, and Canada win the team. It's good for Canada, also for the team chef, you know, it's the first time in, everything looks good. Some clients, some young people I look for training, and it looks very good.
When was the last time, or is this the first time here in Wellington?
Yeah, I think the last time was around 25, 26 years ago. I was the last time here. And then I want to come already 3 years, 4 years ago, but the problem was then I started COVID. I have no chance to come here. So I tried, but in the end, you know, small by small, and I come here.
You're here. It's lovely to have you here this season. Well, we're going to talk about.
Wasn't born then.
We did discuss this with Sam Walker the other day. He said, your gold medal. He said, I wasn't born. It wasn't that long ago. Trust us, he's only a teenager from that point of view. But it must be actually nice for you. We'll come on to more of that discussion later, to see riders here like Michael Matz and the Americans that were part of that.
Absolutely, a lot like which one was also in the team at this time. They are here, you know, and it's amazing. It's amazing. But they're still there, you know. They're still working and they're doing, and they have the chance to give the young people experience, you know, helping. Stop.
Good, and you're enjoying having people like this around. Yeah. We're going to talk Nations Cup first, because the winning team last week, well, it went to the Maple Leaf, it went to the Canadians after a well-won battle from their point of view. Going into that second round with the three clears, they took it away pretty easily in the end. And of course, it was a debut for Captain Canada, for Ian Miller, talking accolades, the 10-time Olympian, I think 11 in fact, for him, and of course Beijing Olympic silver medalist. And it was a great start for him and a #1 spot. Let's see what the team had to say after their victory.
I think we had great confidence. We really wanted to start the season with a win for our new chef, Ian Miller. That was very important to us. We've worked together and have been friends, all of us at the table, for many years. And so there was great synergy and a great strength between us.
I think that this Nations Cup almost feels like a home Nations Cup for us, because it's obviously on North American soil, but we have so many Canadians here in the winter time. And I think that we had an extra big turnout tonight, because I think there's a lot of excitement around having Ian Miller as our chef d'equipe.
It was Emerson's first Nations Cup tonight, and he jumped very well. And I think all my teammates and our chef here, we had a great night, and everybody rode well. It was a great win for us.
A superb start there for Captain Canada, for Ian Miller and the squad around him. Conor, I know you were watching there. The Irish were up on the podium again, but a really good start for the Canadians.
It was. I suppose really it wasn't a huge surprise. There's four very well-mounted riders that have a lot of experience, and yeah, I mean, they would have been kind of favourites, would they, before the end?
I think we probably would have been pointing in that direction. They certainly came up in our picks on the programme beforehand.
Yeah, and listen, it's on paper is one thing, but actually to go out and do it is another. And they went about their business very well. The second round, the bet didn't even need to go as their last line rider, so it shows the strength that they had. Where once that happens, it means the game's over very early.
Pretty effective stuff. They held off Brazil and they held off Ireland from that point of view.
Yeah.
Any discussion with the boys?
I haven't really chatted much about it. I did see them now, and I'd say it was a disappointing night for us, for sure. Anytime we field a team, we feel we're good enough to win it. So, yeah, a few things didn't go our way, and it was a bit disappointing. I suppose we'll look at it and try and fix it for the next day.
It was still a podium finish there on the
podium finish, which is good, I suppose, for lackluster performance, maybe.
Well, good competition throughout. And Uli, watching the Canadians in action, you've competed alongside, of course, Ian Miller on plenty of occasions. He's a tough guy to get past, and he meant business.
Oh, the thing is experience, top man. He knows what he has to do. I'm very, very happy that they find now this solution. And also, when you see in the team, he make double clear, and the team, it's a very, very good team. I think they have a very good chance this year also to qualify it when they go on like so. There's one young, two, three young people there. They're waiting, so I think they have quite good things, to start the qualification for the Olympic Games. I think they will do this once.
And Sam Walker, your training is sitting in the wings there, and he's still, I think, just approaching his 20th birthday. But from his point of view, he's very much keen to get in there.
For sure, he was hot like fire. He wants, but sometimes it's also a little bit waiting. Not that you burn too early. So wait a little bit. The time will come for the son. For this boy. And I'm very proud, also with him to work, in the work he's fantastic, he he burn, you see this once, and sometimes I say, oh, my friend, slowly.
That's why you bring experience to the
table. Yes,
table.
this is the good things,
Absolutely. Let's talk your round, Natalie, because a clear and four for you for Team USA coming into there. Not quite the final result Team USA would have liked, but let's take singular performances. For you, with Chance, how did you feel it came out?
Yes, I was riding a Cotta M, my little horse. It was her first Nations Cup, and I was really happy with her performance. She's really grown up this year. I think last fall she was a little bit green at this level, and this year she was clear in the 4-star and in the 5-star. So I think she's going to have an amazing season this year, and I'm just so lucky to be able to ride her.
For you, you've got a few options. We were mentioning Chance there that you jumped on the Spruce Meadows Nations Cup with before now as well. A Kota in there too. It's been a real building 12 months for you to really get that string around you now.
Yeah, I'm really lucky. My parents are very supportive, and my trainer, Alon Ferder, finds some amazing horses for me. So I'm lucky I have a really big string of horses, and I just am enjoying it while I can, and looking forward to the future.
Another of your young teammates in there, while we're talking teens, Mimi Gotchman.
Yeah,
Pretty good night for her too.
She was amazing. She's still so young, and she just rides unbelievably, and she knows that horse really well, and I think she handled the pressure really well and put together 2 really nice rounds.
Well, let's take a look at your round as well from that night. To say we had a clear and 4 from that point of view. How are your nerves coming in on a home Nations Cup this time around? Because this is your first time out here, this one?
I did it last year too as well on Chance. I actually went second in the class, so I didn't really have time to be nervous. I just knew my plan and went in there, and she jumped amazing, so I was really proud of her.
Your first time on this horse in there, on those good performances in the Grand Prix, has that helped the confidence, and that's where we built into this?
For sure. I had 2 really good Grand Prix finishes on her this year already, and I think when you have that good rounds, you just kind of build on that confidence and really believe in the horse, and then the good rounds keep kind of rolling off one another.
Talk to me a little bit about Kota, because she's not the biggest.
No, she's like a pony, but she doesn't think she's small, so she has all the scope and all the talent, and it was a little bit hard at the beginning with her rideability, but now the bid and everything, we kind of have figured her out, and she's just really grown up in the last year, and I think she's going to continue growing, and we'll see.
We'll see. Conor, you're watching intently this round. What did you make of it?
Yeah, again, obviously I've seen this horse, for the last year and over the last few months, and it's been foot perfect, really, like Natalie said, she was double clear in the 4-star Grand Prix, double clear in the 5-star Grand Prix, so I don't know, I was just going to ask, was that like a little step down?
It was a little step down.
Which is kind of obviously that's also nice for the mare that was kind of an easier run around for her, even though it was very important for everybody. So and also I've spoken to Lan about her. She is small and she is like a pony, but her step is huge, which means if you have a small horse and a small step, it makes life much more difficult. Whereas she has a huge step, and it makes it easy to get down the lines. You normally have more scope. So yeah, I wouldn't mind having that one under my.
But you might be a little tall for that one.
Yeah, but I saw her a few weeks ago in the training in the small in the other paddock. And the mare have everything. This mare have everything. She have scope enough. She have rack, to go the second pole of the oxer. She can jump the double vertical easy. Jump fantastic. But one thing I have to say also, she make 2 very, very top nice rounds without any big things, that you say something. No, perfect. Really good. Really, really good. Compliment from my side to see you. It was a pleasure to see you riding. It was very, very good.
Well, excellent stuff. That's how it's panned out for the Nations Cup. Let's just remind you of how that looked like with our top 3 teams on the podium in the Nations Cup in the end, because it was, of course, Canada topping the podium there with their 4 riders, and I say Brazil were the ones that held them closest overall, and of course Ireland then up on the podium too. So again, it was a really good chance with a host of teams to bring out some interesting combinations. Shane Sweetnam here. Conor, let's come to you first on the Irish squad. Namaste again has been getting more experience this year, and a good chance here to show themselves off.
Yeah, this horse, I think Shane was a little disappointed in how he actually rode. He felt that he could have done a better job. The horse it's a bit green at this level. You can see there. It's just these are kind of green mistakes. I know he did feel that he could have done a better job in a few places just to help the horse out.
But again, it's not a horse with lots of mileage there.
No,
it's a few Grand Prix now. It's what, 10 years of age?
Yeah, it hasn't a lot of mileage at that level, so he is just building it up. I'm sure he would have wanted a better score than that. But sometimes these cups, help gauge how you're doing.
Max Watchman on the winning team last year as well, and on that winning Aga Khan team with you in Dublin. Still a very young man yet, but with a very good Kilkenny.
Yeah, him and Cian swapped horses actually. Both these horses were jumped in the Aga Khan team that we won in. Max's first round was a little bit more erratic than this. I thought he settled in well, and this round I thought was an exhibition, to be honest. It was it looked really easy and very relaxed. The first round the horse looked quite sharp.
For you, for Team Ireland, he's going to be a good addition.
Oh, he's excellent, with the coaching he's getting from Cian, and there's great. He's lucky he's getting great backing as well, so that they're getting the best of both worlds, and him and Tom, and also the young daughter Alice. Yeah. The 3 of them now, hopefully they'll be the future of the Irish show jumping as well.
Little look there with Cian O'Connor, of course, with Burlock said again, brings home the good result for them. Brazil, of course, we're finishing into second. Luis Francisco de Azevedo and Nashville for Brazil. Natalie's been a really good winner here already this season.
Yeah, he's been riding very well. The Brazil, the second horse was one of the 2 double clears. This horse, Ilex, I think it jumped incredible both rounds. The first round, he was jumping very high, and he maybe got jumped loose a few places, but the horse just jumped unbelievably, and it was fun to watch.
Uli, I can say the Ilex horse that you're just watching.
Yeah, this one was the first round a little bit lucky. I saw him in the first round riding. He would fly a little bit away after the water, and this boy. But okay, they did a good job. It was a tough class. Yeah. It was not so many double clear, so. When you see the Belgium, they start very good the second round, then comes the light a little bit, and they crashed here and they crashed there, but it was a good class. For me...
It's a really nice course, I think. The Belgium team obviously had some bad rounds in the second round, but I think overall none of the horses got too careful. It just rode nice, but you had rails falling everywhere throughout the course. And
Team Canada, Uli.
She had a second round fantastic. First round she had a small mistake, but she had a second round really nice. The team in Canada was in the second round very good, concentrated. Okay, we start already the 2 days before that. We ride all the horses. Which one was a little bit young in the evening in the warm up. So our team chef Ian Miller did a very, very good job. That he said, listen, we need the horses which one have not so much experience, but she ride a fantastic horse. Also, Tiffany, the second round, double clear round. This Mario did a top job, double clear. So it was for Canada a good round and a good day, you know, to start.
Exactly. As you say, Beth didn't even have to go into that final round as well. But again, they're probably got experience in terms of riders. Emerson there with Mario Deslauriers again is getting a little bit more experience into the Nations Cup now as a horse.
I suppose Emerson was the only one really that didn't have as much experience, but obviously Mario was hugely experienced. And was he Mario double clear? I think he might have been. Yeah. His horse jumped super actually again. I thought better in the second round. Yeah, it was a great performance from Canada actually.
Looking forward to the battles that come through the season. Uli, you're going to be on the sidelines for some of those potentially with Sam as well. So it was a victory for Team Canada, and as we say, that was the podium with Brazil and of course with Ireland as well. Let's talk success in team competition and individual competition, because we can't have the Atlanta Olympic champion without actually giving you a little introduction to him as well. Ulrich Kirchhoff, we're going to take a look at the great Jeu de Paume. Some happy memories, I'm sure, come back when you see this on American soil.
Absolutely, it's for sure. First to come here, and okay, then in America, and I win in America the Olympic Games. You know, it's for sure something special. You know,
What age were you there? What age were you?
A little bit younger, not so. Just a little bit. I don't know how old you have been. It can be my son now. No, but it's nice, you know, I have to have this once. But I think this is one part in my life, but the next part is now to train, to make the future for the young people and give the young people my experience. My work, my flat work, you know, my riding, and I like a team rider. I'm a very good team player, to like to work with the people, with the young people, to train, to do, and it's amazing.
What was your, I mean, it's very hard to come up with a, say, favourite memory from there, but I mean, you had a fantastic experience with a fantastic horse, Jeu de Paume, as well. Tell us a little bit about it.
Absolutely. I think every time is the same. When you one time, every time I tell him my career from beginning when I was small, I want to have one time a horse, which one want to have everybody, and I had him. So this is, I think, for each rider the most important to have one time, like for Ludger Berbom, Ratina, like for Frank Slotak, Jolly Coeur. This is something, or for Nick Skelton, Big Star, all the best horses in the world. Like this to ride, this is special, and I think give you something what you never forget.
What do you remember of Atlanta? Was it the crowds? Was it the intensity of competition, the weather, everything else that came into it? What do your memories still feel like?
My memory still was the open ceremony, when everybody's there. We was then in the where everybody eating together, we are sitting together. I see Muhammad Ali, you know, I see some unbelievable baseball or handball player, you know, and incredible time. I think for every sportsman is to be one time there. The most important thing is just to be there one time, to see this once. This is the dream of every sportman.
And you didn't just do it with the individual, you then went out as a team. Well,
yeah, but
well,
I
you
say
went team first, then individual.
But I say from the beginning, we have a very, very good chance in the team, because we had really top 4 horses. We had Jolly Coeur, we had Ratina, we had Jeu de Paume, we had For Pleasure. Really, and we had in the end Classic Touch, Olympic horse winning individual also at 5th. Yeah. So I say we have really a chance to win in the team. And when we was in the team, I say all the other things is extra, plus. But it comes like so, it was a dream.
Yeah. Well, you can tell their names are pretty good, because Natalie's smiling along here, and she'd have been quite young at the time, if she was even around at the time, 96. No, you probably weren't. No, you weren't, but you know them. Conor, your memories of that?
I just was around.
Only just?
Barely.
But no problem.
No.
Well, it's lovely to have you here. Let's talk about last week's Grand Prix, just to wind that one up as well, because the conclusion of the week was that JTWG Nations Cup Grand Prix, and it went with an Irish victory this time around as well. Not unusual around here, of course, and it was Daniel Coyle. So let's take a look at what Daniel had to say after that success.
My plan in the jump off was I was second to go, so I got to see Beth. She had a fence down, unfortunately for her. I knew I had McLean coming after me, so I had to give them something to chase, but not leave very much for them to beat. Ivory is a very, very fast horse, and every jump off. So for me, I knew she would be quick already. She might take 2 extra strides rather than a big horse, but that doesn't necessarily mean she'll be slower because she does it so fast. So I tried to use the quickness that she naturally has to my advantage.
Well, a good success for the Irish there, Conor, from that point of view. I know you like to be the man at the top of the Grand Prix, but you weren't here last week, you were in California. What did you make of Daniel's win?
I didn't actually see it, to be honest, because I was competing myself, but I did, obviously, I saw the result, and it was a great result, because in the beginning I thought it was with Legacy, because he did show Legacy last week, didn't he? Yeah. So I just assumed it was her, and then when I saw it was with the Black Mare, then, you know, she is a little less experienced, even though he's building her up to a higher level as well. He won the 4-star World Cup in Vegas with her, and has had some very good results, so it's not totally surprising either, considering, you know, like Daniel is, like, he's on a great run of form there at the minute also. Everything he rides is in top form. He's in good form, he's full of confidence, and yeah, it was a very good win for him.
Tough competitor, but also glad to have him as a teammate occasionally.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I prefer that than going against him, yeah.
Uli, you were just talking about that Grand Prix. I mean, it was a well put together victory.
Yes, for sure. When you see the class, when you go, you say it's not crazy big, but the class was really technical, very good, you know. That not so bad pictures, you know, but for the horses, for riders, you know, was heavy, strong enough, but in the end was a tough Grand Prix, not crazy big, but a good Grand Prix. And this is also important, not to build over, but to catch here, poles there, pole. It's not that you say, Mamma Mia, the triple combination is the most, you know. There was every time fences here and there. Was a lot of fences on difficult fences down, you know. So I was thinking was coming more, but in the end was a tough Grand Prix, 4 clears only, so top.
Yeah, designed by Anthony D'Ambrosio, who was inducted into the Show Jumping Hall of Fame at the end of last week as well. Natalie, your thoughts on the Grand Prix?
I thought it was actually a difficult enough course. You walk in, you didn't think it was, like you said, very big, but they rode harder than it. The water was a big challenge. A lot of people had the water. I think going away from the gate is always harder. But there were poles everywhere, so I think it was a nice course.
Well, let's talk about what's coming up for this week, because we're into 5-star Grand Prix this week with the Wellington Equestrian Realty Grand Prix. Conor, let's come to you first. We're going to take a look at your round in a few moments, but overall of what you've made of the of the 5-star Grand Prix this season.
Yeah, they've been tough. I've only ridden, how many have I ridden in? 2?
2.
Yeah, there's only been 2, so I've ridden in both of the 5-star Grand Prix, thanks Nat. And yeah, they're both, like, listen, they're always tough enough.
And this was you winning on week 4.
Oh yeah, I like this round. This is good. Yeah, this is my top horse, count me in. And this was my first week out on him. I must say he jumped exceptional that day. The first round was tough. Actually, I went in early. I was one of the few to go in there on 8. In the end, that vertical axle was quite hard to jump off. 8 strides. A lot of riders ended up going 9. But this horse again, he's so careful for me. He covers up my mistakes a lot, and yeah, I think we're just a good partnership, and we're enjoying our time together. I could watch that all day. I don't know.
but I don't see so many mistakes when I tell you. When you want to tell me, I see you a lot of times riding, but I don't see so many mistakes.
Oh, thank you.
I love the way he says,
my friend.
I make mistakes. It's like he's top 5, 6 in the world. But you know,
sorry. When he cannot be with lucky with top 5.
Exactly.
So,
let's take a look at a few of the combinations. One of the obvious combinations was just a couple of weeks ago into that Grand Prix there. She's making a change of horses this week. But Laura Crouch, of course, winning with Ballatinu, beating off McLean Ward back onto that Saturday night on week 7. And Conor, that's when we were getting back into the full heat of battle of what a Saturday night looks like here.
Yeah, actually, I watched this jump off and I thought Laura's was incredible. Actually, you know, obviously she's one of the top riders in the world, and for me, that turn there actually won the class.
Yeah.
She was way faster than anyone else.
She did an
back to
extra stride to the wall with
Yeah.
and then made her spin back.
And
easy.
you know, but like here they're all doing similar numbers, but yeah, I thought it was fun to watch. I must say, you know, obviously McLean coming in last. He never likes to take second place, but he he just obviously wasn't quick enough on the night, so it was super exciting. I felt it was a great class. You know, again, Shane had a great round also. This is a young and up and coming superstar. This guy, you know, is a huge mover. It probably inhibits him from going a little faster, to be honest. He did a lot less steps, but you know, the rideability a little bit in the jump off is still something that he has to work on. The horse is so much blood when he goes to balance, it nearly does a few wheelies sometimes, you can see, which slows him down a bit. Here he did one less stride than the other two guys, but yeah, this is a great horse for Ireland and obviously for Shane as well for the future.
And looking forward to this week's Grand Prix, Uli, I mean, you just talked about the horse of a lifetime. I mean, James Can Cruz is already looking in that, hopefully in that category, won the American Gold Cup last year.
Yeah, but okay, when you see also to the Irish, they have good horses here, they have good young people here. I think Ireland have not to be afraid for the future, and also him. He make a good round. He make just one down, I think, in the jump off. So in the end,
he was double clear.
He was double clear.
Yeah.
He was fourth. Exactly. He was the first clear.
And he was actually 11th going back to the previous 5-star as well.
Yeah. Again, this is a new horse for him as well that he's just getting to know. So yeah, Daniel is a good team of horses
I think
together.
Daniel is on the moment on a very good street, I would say.
Yeah.
I saw him in Toronto. He went to the World Cup. I see him here, all classes, very fast, very good in the competitions. He's a really, really good top competition rider. I say it's for Ireland, a very good guy.
Well, Conor Swail is going to be in there. Conor, do you want to talk about you, or should we let Natalie talk about you? What are your chances this week? How do you feel about it?
He's riding one of Alain's horses this week.
It's for sure not so easy to say, but I can tell him he's for me off the podium.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. No, this week I wouldn't put all the chips in for me. I'm riding a horse. I've only ridden him a few times.
Killanadin Fair.
Yeah, it's one of Elan's. So we've only showed it once, and very nice horse. I think it's for sure. Give me a month or two, and we can start to jump a few rounds around the 5-star Grand Prix. But at the minute we're just getting to know each other. You know, any good rounds or bonuses, but. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Don't put the house on it just yet.
Don't put the house on it just yet.
One you could do though is Ken Farrington.
He actually skipped the last 5-star, so I'm sure he's ready to come out strong this week.
That's right.
And the other thing is McLean Ward's not here.
McLean's not here.
He's over in Den Bosch at the Rolex event there. So Natalie, how does that make you feel about this week? And Ken's chances obviously.
I think I would bet on Ken this week.
This was the 4-star that you were.
No, this was the 5-star.
Is this the 5-star? Where was he in the third?
He was third.
He was third in this, yeah.
I think Ken is very good at planning his years for his horses. He doesn't show them as often as other people do, and he really picks and chooses classes, and I think he's always ready to win when he comes out, so I would bet on him this week.
You'd have a little bet on him from this week for Ken Farrington. Uli, you wouldn't look too far away from this man this week, would you?
No, Kent is... And listen, the class is not finished when Kent is not when Kent didn't start, you know, so you can wait for him. When he's coming, he will do, and he will try. So it's also this horse is fantastic what he had there. I saw him some shows, he jumped amazing, and I think it's the future of the horse for him. And I wish him all the best, but it's top.
Well, it looks good. Conor, so thoughts on this week? I know you're saying yourself, but Killanadin Fair is looking good. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be your second outing together. You jumped in a 5-star straight off. You jump in a 5-star again. I mean, you obviously have confidence in the horse.
Yeah, I mean the mare, she's she's a lot of quality. That's I feel like we've lots of scope, and it's just about tweaking like the balance a little bit and doing a few things just to get to know each other. But yeah, maybe I could have started a little smaller, but we're here. Why not? We might as well give it a go.
Natalie, how are you feeling about this week? What's the plan?
So I'm going to use Chance St. Hermel. She's my 15-year-old, and she's very experienced, and I know her really well at this point. So I feel good about this week.
And in terms of, say you've had some good finishes already from that point of view. That week 5 as well. That was a really good result. How did you feel about that? Was it?
I was really excited. I mean, to be fourth behind those guys it feels like a win to me. So I'm just excited, and hopefully next time I can go a little faster. But
You were quick.
It comes. Wait, not too fast.
It'll come. Uli, from your point of view, there's a few that we've picked out in there, but the other one I'm going to throw out from left field is Richard Vogel.
Yeah, okay. Richard Vogel is a really, really fast rider, you know, and normally when he's clear, it's heavy to beat him, you know. Also for the top riders here, but sometimes, you know, he's too much. He wants too much, but then it's not going. But he's a top rider. He went in Stuttgart, the World Cup, amazing. He make also some rounds fantastic with the stallion. So I think Richard Vogel is young, fresh, you know.
Yeah, he's hungry.
He's hungry to win the classes.
And you're right, like if he's clear, he's hard to beat.
Hard to beat.
He doesn't leave much left.
No. He, for sure, when he's going, and there's the chance one less, he make one less, guarantee. And he's top jockey, good boy, worker.
Yeah, he wants it. He's a good guy.
So in terms of picks for this week, we're picking in terms of putting yourselves aside here. As I say, McLean's not with us this week. I feel it's a big Kent Farrington week with Kent back on the table.
I mean, I'd say Kent for
I would
sure.
say Kent is for sure up there.
I mean, what's Laura
Laura's
got
doing her
this
young
week?
one, but it jumped amazing in that week 3 Grand Prix.
Yes.
Was that?
Oh, is
Yeah.
that right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I wouldn't count her out. She's having an unbelievable winter, and I like rooting for the girls. So.
It's Daniel riding. Shane.
Yeah.
Shane's actually riding.
Yeah, James Conqueror.
James Conqueror.
But I think to speak now, which one win
Irish,
on
let's
Sunday
go
here?
Irish.
Yes, for sure. Irish is every time here big. A lot of Irish, they have more chances than the other ones, but then the German ones, they have only maybe 1 or 2 chances. But I think to be here to tell which one win on Sunday is not so easy, because here are really 10, 15 riders can win this Grand Prix on Sunday here, for sure.
Yeah.
And which one we don't speak, and for me it's a shame to say. I forgot one, because in the end, there is so many good ones here.
And I think that's the point, isn't it? On this week especially, we can wait. It's very open.
Yeah.
Very open. There's 15 riders, which one I can say, this one, and I have to change all the time, you know. In the jump off, when somebody's in the jump off, then we can speak about, then we have maybe a little bit more chance. But to speak from beginning, it's not so easy.
It's not so easy. It's not going to be an easy week. It's going to be a tough week. Uli, you're going to be in training mode. Sam Walker, of course, this week up into the big classes.
Sure. Sam is hot, like we train a little bit, and the horses, the mare, he jumped 2 weeks ago, the 3 stars, and she was clear in the qualification. She was clear, so the boy's good, but quiet a little bit. I don't want to push so much. I say take the pressure off from him, because he wants more. What when the people say you can win, he want to make 2 wins, you know. So you have to be quiet with him. He's a super boy, and we'll make his way.
And you've been having some fun riding experiences here yourself.
Yes, for sure. And I like to give him something. You know, I train with him every day. I ride the horse every day of him. It's a big pleasure.
Excellent. Thank you very much for joining us. Conor Swail, good luck this week. Killarney Dunfer. We're going to see this horse in action again.
Yeah.
We think we've got enough tools in the box.
I hope so. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
We're always trying hard anyway.
You're on a great
We'll
run.
give it a go.
Natalie, chance. Back out. Good experience here. This could be a big week for you.
I'm excited.
You're excited. Good. Excellent. So that's what's upcoming this week at the Winter Equestrian Festival. I say 5-star week. Coverage coming throughout, and we're going to be covering that from tomorrow, of course, with that Adequan WEF Challenge Cup. Danny Waldman and team are going to be in the commentary box. I'm going to be back in the commentary box on Saturday night as well, but we'll bring you those classes throughout the week here on our streaming. Saturday, as I say, is going to be that 5-star Wellington Equestrian Realty Grand Prix, and also remember to tune in earlier as we give you the full Grand Prix show, powered by Jumper, run up for the picks. We're a little closer to that point, so we can be a little bit firmer on what our picks are going to be for the Grand Prix as well. Sunday sees a busy Sunday as well, with the, of course, Captive One Classic, 150 Classic once again for lots of prize money again this week. 78,000 in the prize pot there, and the 2-star Grand Prix as well. So lots to tune into. Come and join us at Wellington International. Head out to the website, wellingtonnational.com, and of course all that live streaming brought to you by Wellington Equestrian Realty. It's a big 5-star week. Don't go far away. Join us for the qualifier tomorrow.